50 yards away. Let's stand by, everybody.
This is gonna be heavy.
Jeff, Matt,
We gotta get on the buses.
40 yards. Stand by.
We're from an hour and a half to Boster. Get on the buses.
Moving quick, John. Come on.
30 yards away, everybody. Stand by. 20 yards. Stand by.
Watch the tripping.
I clear path.
Take a hold.
5 yards.
All right, you guys good to go? I'll start with medical stuff, roster-wise. Obviously, Juwan was back out there. JT Gray was back out there. Rico Payton missed practice today just because of an illness. So he'll be fine long-term wise. Everything else looked clean. So really good practice. Love the energy, love the juice. Guys came out here, they were ready to practice. I thought it was a good one. So we're excited to keep stacking them. Any questions?
You still plan on doing a more scrimmage-like practice? Do you have a better vision for what that'll look like tomorrow?
Tomorrow will look a little bit more like, yeah, it'll be a scrimmage basically. It'll be, I'll call it, play out some situations, and so it'll be great. It'll be good. Second time, we had one last Sunday, we'll have this one, and that'll lead us up into the Sunday game.
Is the plan to use players tomorrow that might not play Sunday to divide it up some kind of way?
Our big thing is just really tallying up Friday and Sunday as a combination, 2 games in 3 days essentially, and so we just got to make sure that balance act of reflecting those reps tomorrow as it relates to who's going to play on Sunday, and so we'll talk about all that tonight as a staff.
Are you still tallying up, sort of figuring out where you want to go quarterback rotation on Sunday, and will tomorrow be a part of that evaluation?
Yeah, I think it'll all be a part of it. Yeah, for sure.
What went into releasing Matthew Dayball?
Yeah, just a tough decision. Obviously, we had 3 punters in here. Thought he certainly did some good things. We thought, from the young guys' perspective, we thought there was something interesting about them and give them a little bit of a longer lens, allow us to evaluate them a little bit longer. And so we'll just see how this thing all plays out. But we felt like we had three good ones in camp, and ultimately had to make a challenging decision. Matt's kicked really well for us last year, and so I'm sure he'll pop back up, and we'll see what happens from our perspective.
What are you looking for making that punter? Dayball obviously could do it inside of 20 all the time, but you need the consistent ability to put the feet. Where does that rank?
For sure, that's part of the equation. Is obviously being able to pin people down in the red zone. That's a really important aspect, especially the way the field position game plays a little bit more now with the kickoff rules. You're playing a little bit more trying to pin people. But the other side is, ultimately there's scenarios where you got to flip the field and you got to get it out of there, and we got to put ourselves in a favorable position. So that's an important aspect, and we certainly want to value that very importantly.
What have you liked about the changes you've made, like to your backup offensive lines, that flexibility there? It seems like you guys stuck with that today.
Yeah, we really did it after essentially 2 weeks of working. Just flipped the rotation there as far as giving Dylan some tackle opportunities, landing some guard, Selly's at center a little bit here and there, and so just giving those guys different exposures. I think it's been excellent the last few days. They've handled it really well, and it'll allow us some nice flexibility as we progress.
You've had a couple of weeks now with Chris Olave at training camp. How would you describe what he does well? What's special about him?
Yeah, just a really smooth player. He does an excellent job from a route running, route discipline, really good hands catcher. He attacks the football. He's doing a great job, and as we build this thing, I think it's exciting to narrow your focus, put him in certain positions to be successful, and we'll do that as we move forward.
A little slant from Spencer Rattler and ends. I'm guessing that was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great play. Yeah, they did a great job.
Did you enjoy the different surroundings today, just different scenery, different climate?
I'd just say it's a good little refocus. You go through training camp, and certainly it turns into some dog days at times, so to speak. I think this allows our guys just to kind of hit a little reset button. We flew out here. Everyone had kind of a nice night last night as far as grabbing dinner, and then this morning we kind of reshot ourselves, focused up, and these guys had an excellent practice. I love the energy that was out here. You can tell the juice was really good, and so we just got to keep building on that.
After the time in New Orleans, I mean, look, we all know how hot it is. Like, did you feel like the team needed that to get out of that, or would you have been okay if you'd stayed there?
I think certainly we feel really good about this plan. I think we got a really good blend. We got acclimated to Louisiana, did a great job there. I love the aspect of being in your town, community, fans, all that good stuff. We got a ton of work in, and then this is kind of just a little reset, and so it allows our guys to kind of refocus and just keep stacking.
How are you taking advantage of time away from the practice field while you're here for team building, things like that?
Yeah, I think a lot of it we're going to kind of try and leave up to the players and allow them, we're done with practice at 6, and we don't have night meetings. We kind of do everything before the practice for that intent to allow these guys to go grab dinner, spend time together, do the different things that they can do, and the bonding part of this thing is really, really important. We'll have a couple other things as the week progresses, and it'll be great.
Has that been kind of important for you to kind of give the players agency on that sort of stuff and to build that bond?
I think it's important to let them kind of go. There's a part of it. We will certainly schedule certain things, but I think it's important to let these guys, develop those relationships together. Everyone has different interests, different restaurants, different preferences, and so we allow those guys to, enjoy the different things that they like.
And is that something that anybody on the roster can kind of take the initiative there, or is that something like maybe you're relying on some of the veteran players?
Certainly the veterans are leading the way as far as position gatherings, dinner, so to speak, and we'll have a couple little team activities, and then outside of that, leave it up for these guys. All right, all good. All right, thanks, guys.
It's the Kellen Moore restaurant.
I got it. Ow!
Keep it up there. I got